I did a pretty good job keeping you at your desk, you have to admit it.
So, did you suspect anything?
No.
Well, I wanted this to be a birthday that you would always remember, so here's the biggest surprise of all the way from England. Surprise!
Happy birthday, baby.
Mother,
When did you go blonde?
who let that bitch in the door?
Miss Hobson.
Oh, please, call me Christina. What on earth are these?
Spinach and feta cheese. Try one.
Well, I must say the food is divine.
Thanks.
What are you doing here? Darling, can't a mother come to her own daughter's birthday?
Mother, if you could have pulled it off, you wouldn't even have been at my birth.
Now you look like a man who knows his way around. How about introducing me to some of these fascinating people?
Well, actually, I'm new here myself.
Then we'll meet everyone together. What's your name?
Your mother's gorgeous. Should I be worried? Yes.
But you're young to be retiring. You'll die of boredom, darling.
I'll keep myself busy.
Oh, I'm sure you will. You look like a man who craves excitement. But I must monopolize all your time.
Not at all. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, mine too. I'm amazed your wife lets you out of her sight.
How could you ever say anything bad about your mother? She's an absolute delight.
You promised me a walk down the garden path, as it were. Shall we?
Your lab screwed up. Good night. After you.
Brilliant house parties in Gloucestershire. Lady Camilla Smith Bingham was at the last one. I just don't know what I'd have done with her the day of the accident. Poor dear Miles, I still can't believe he's gone.
Please, Christina, if it upsets you...
No, it's good to talk about it, and at least Miles died doing what he liked best, riding to hounds. Well, it started out as the most fabulous day. We served a huge breakfast in the winter dining room, and then everyone went off to get mounted. On their horses, of course. Our beloved hounds leading the way. I was riding in the group right behind Miles. He was such a fabulous horseman. I mean, he was more at home in a leather saddle than he was on his feet.
No wonder he married her.
He was riding his favorite hunter, Duchess. When just before the final tally-ho, the stupid beast misjudged the height of a hedge. Miles was thrown into the air. He hit his head on a tree stump. He died in my arms.
My God. What you've been through.
I'm all right, really.
May I get you anything?
Well, a glass of water. Maybe with just a teensy drop of vodka. Maybe 2 drops. Thank you.
Our beloved hounds leading the way. Please.
Miles and I had dogs.
You had a flea-bitten poodle.
Muffin was not flea-bitten.
Unlike Miles.
It may be your birthday, darling, but it doesn't give you the right to be so snippy. How dare you insult the memory of my husband? Miles had nothing to be ashamed of. He made his money honestly.
Oh, and cleanly. All those sinks and bathtubs.
Laura, don't be so snobbish. Miles was famous. He had bathroom supply stores all over England.
Oh, wow, how glamorous. Where did old Miles really die, Mother? On one of his best-selling toilets?
In bed, ducky, with a smile on his face.
Not again.
What?
Oh, don't you remember that old geezer in the trailer park?
I don't know what old geezer you're referring to, darling.
Drop the phony accent. We're from Jersey, for God's sake.
Well, you can be from wherever you want to be. I'm from England.
You know, I want you out of here, now.
Oh, my poor baby. No wonder you can't get a man. Didn't I teach you anything about grooming?
Why don't you show me how you'd handle it?
Look what you've done to my throat.
Oh, nothing that a good soak went. Oh.
Cake, anyone?
Here, did you pick up my newspaper?
Yes.
She's staying with you?
You have to talk to her. She is absolutely devastated. She is such a sweet woman. How could you treat your mother like that? Go.
So, what did you tell her?
The truth. That my only daughter threw her mother out into the streets.
Well, you're reading my newspaper and eating my birthday cake.
Well, I'm sorry. I suppose that now would be rather a bad time to ask you for a little favor.
You know, I knew it. You had to be here for something, didn't you?
Well, Laura, I wouldn't bother you unless it was important.
Important for you.
And for you.
What do you want?
I need to get a statement from someone who witnessed my late husband's will.
Who?
Darling, don't you remember? It was you.
No, I don't remember because it didn't happen.
Well, technically, no, but...
Oh, I see. You're in a panic now because the family's contesting the will.
Well, they are being somewhat small-minded.
I'll bet they are.
I understand from the charming Mr. Belatsky that you're having a little bit of trouble raising the cash to buy his agency.
That is none of your business.
Laura, why must you be so cutting? It's not a becoming trait, dear. I have a little proposition for you. You say that you witnessed Miles's will, and I'll find you enough money to buy you 6 agencies.
What lie for you?
Oh, lie's such an unattractive word, Laura. Can't you be more creative?
What would you call it, Mother?
Storytelling. I just want you to tell a colorful and convincing story.
I would rather sell my soul to the devil.
Dr. Robbins, how are you tonight?
Couldn't be better, couldn't be better.
Your table's ready. Follow me, please.
Check, sir.
Oh, no, there must be some mistake.
There's no mistake. Beth invited us.
How was everyone tonight?
Where did Laura go?
To call her boss.
Are you going to invest with her?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Would you like to dance?
Sure.
Great. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am that my daughter's finally found someone. Particularly someone who cares enough about her to humor her in her little scams. I mean, schemes. You know, she's been after me for the longest time to invest in this little company that she works for, but frankly, I've been burnt once too often by my daughter's flights of fancy.
Really?
Really. But then, of course, you're such a rich man that if you lost a bit of money, you wouldn't even feel it.
No.
Mother, I'll take over now.
Oh, there you are, darling. Don't worry. I was just keeping him warm for you. Have fun, you two.
Order the champagne. I talked to my boss, and he accepted my offer. So all I need is for you to sign a few papers.
Actually, I've got to be going. Yes, I'm on call quite early tomorrow.
Oh, it'll just take a second. I'll come with you.
No. Actually, I've changed my mind.
What?
Yeah, I don't think real estate is quite for me. It's a bit up and down. Sorry.
I hope it wasn't something I said. Are you ready to make that pact with the devil now?
I don't have to sign anything in blood, do I?
Here's the deal. You be the perfect witness for the will, and I'll finance your agency purchase.
Yeah, right.
Darling, you can take my word for it. After all, I am your mother.
What are you doing?
I think some togetherness is in order, don't you?
No, I don't. Go to a hotel.
But darling, we're family.
You're broke.
Not for long. Oh, really, Laura, you always put things in the worst possible light.
Yeah, well, they can't get any worse.
Mummy's home. Wakey, wakey. Rise and shine.
Oh, 7 o'clock.
Can you believe it? The whole morning's practically gone.
Go away, Mother.
Oh, if you insist. But of course, if we don't figure out what you're going to say to that judge today, I won't get my inheritance. And if I don't get my inheritance, you won't get your real estate agency. But what's a real estate agency compared to another half hour in bed? Good girl. There you go. Oh, charming. Now we've got to figure out what you're going to say again.
Mother, we went over all this last night.
Well, we're going to go all over it again. Now, you arrived in London.
I arrived in London. We drove to your apartment.
Flat, darling.
We had breakfast.
Lunch.
For God's sake.
Miles never ate before noon. His children are going to know that. Regularly as clockwork, every day,
Chops, chips, and a side of kidneys. Then he made the changes to his will.
Making me the primary heir.
And I witnessed it.
And then,
We spent the rest of the day seeing the city.
oh, darling, specifics? Shopping? Harrods?
Oh, Harrods, okay. We shopped at Harrods. Then we went sightseeing and we saw...
What's the first thing that people see when they go to England? Buckingham Palace. The Queen, the corgis, the Queen Mum. Did you sleep through Fergie and Diana, darling? Because everybody knows this.
What do you want from me, Mother? The only thing I saw in London was the airport terminal, thanks to you.
Is it my fault that you turned around and went straight back to L.A.?
Yes! I flew 9,000 miles, and the first thing out of your mouth was, if it's not too much trouble, can you come back in a couple of days?
Well, I did have rather a busy calendar at that time.
I was so hurt, Mother. And the first thing I did was had a triple daiquiri and flew straight home on the next flight. Flight 62. I cried my eyes out the entire way home. Pity the poor slob sitting next to me.
Nevertheless, darling, if you had been there, you would have witnessed the will.
Now you're believing your own scams. Miles never changed his will. You're making this whole thing up.
Not.
Coffee ready?
Sure.
Where did he come from?
Darling, you never said I couldn't have a house guest.
I'll never remember this ridiculous story. I don't know what you were thinking of.
The same thing I always think of when I'm about to perjure myself. My bank account.
A philanthropist to the end.
Now, come on, Laura. One more time.
Okay, so I got in, I showered and changed.
And then we ate.
Chops, chips, and a side of kidneys.
And then we...
We shopped at Harrods, we saw Buckingham Palace. We laughed, we cried, and I witnessed the will.
Mm-hmm, bravo. That's opera for well done.
Laura Sinclair.
Laura. Look, have you got the financing together to buy the agency?
Mitch, it is almost a done deal.
I can only give you until tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. I'll be in at the office with a check at 10.
Great. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Bye. And I'm earning every penny.
Good afternoon. Mrs. Hobson and Miss Sinclair for Judge Goldenberg.
Oh, look, the step monster.
Well, if it isn't the junior Hobsons, how lovely to see you again. Where's my affectionate greeting? After all, I have flown all the way here to settle your father's estate.
This room is starting to smell. Miss, we'll wait down the hall.
Oh, my God. Flight 62.
What are you babbling about?
The judge, he was on Flight 62.
That's the poor slob you flew back from London with?
Yes, I spilled my heart out to him, too. He knows I left London in a fit and never even met your husband.
Calm down. Maybe he won't remember you.
Mother, I had sex with him in the bathroom of a 747.
That he would remember.
What are we going to do?
Mrs. Hobson,
Judge Goldenberg.
how do you do? Are you ready?
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Don't I know you?
Better think of something fast.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Are you sure you don't need a doctor?
Oh, no, it was just the heat. I'm fine now, thank you.
You know, she owes you a great deal.
She does.
I do? Oh, of course I do.
Well, when you and I met, Mother and I just had that terrible fight.
Yes, it was terrible. Just terrible.
And then, after our little adventure, I felt like a completely new person.
You did.
Oh, yes, I did. In fact, after you worked your magic on me, I flew straight back to London to meet Mother's husband. Isn't that right, Mother?
Yes, to witness Miles's will.
How convenient.
Judge, I don't know what you did to her, but whatever it is, you should package it. She was like a new woman.
Look, Mother. Isn't this a gorgeous picture?
Oh, your wife?
Yes.
Charming. Who does her hair?
You know, that's funny because I don't remember you mentioning a wife on the plane.
And these two adorable kiddies? Well, words fail me.
We would just love to meet them. Wouldn't we, Mother?
Yes, all of them. The wife, the babies, and this great, big, adorable floppy doggy. But then, of course, depending on how this afternoon goes, I don't know how we're going to find the time.
Chops, chips, and kidneys. Miles asked me to witness his will, and I did so.
Miles took to Laura instantly.
It's funny he never mentioned her.
Any further questions?
Yes.
If everything is so clear in your mind, Miss Sinclair, I'd be very curious to know what happened after you witnessed my father's alleged new will.
Well, we went out for the afternoon.
Where?
Harrods. We went to Harrods. And then on to Buckingham Palace.
Anything further?
We'd like to bring in a question documents expert.
If you wanted to do that, Mr. Hobson, you should have done it prior to this time.
We tried to.
The whole purpose of these private mediations is to expedite settlements.
But Judge!
In the absence of any further evidence, I find that Miles Hobson's will, dated January 23rd, stands. I rule in favor of this devoted widow and order the provisions of the will executed immediately.
You lying bitches.
Ice cold beer. You know, there are days in London when I'd trade my diamond earrings for one of these.
Oh, the sacrifices we must make.
We were a great team today.
Don't get any ideas, Mother. As soon as you buy that agency for me, you go your way, I go mine.
I don't know. I rather enjoyed our little mother-daughter act.
Don't try the touchy-feely thing. It's really not your style.
No, I mean it. I'm proud of you, Laura.
You're kidding.
No, it's true. You have turned into quite a woman. To victory.
To victory. Mother! It's time to get up. We have to get to the agency to close the deal. I owe you a six-pack. See you around. Love, Mom. Mother.
Our flights to London are all sold out till Tuesday.
Oh, well, why don't you get me on a flight to Paris and I'll take a puddle jumper from there.
Let me check first class. Can I see your passport?
Sure. Strange. It's right here in my purse.
Looking for this, Mother?
Darling, I'm so happy you found it.
Thought you could get away without holding up your end of the bargain, huh? It's Laura. What? He's gone? We were supposed to meet with him. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, thanks, Mike. Thank you, Mother. When we didn't show up for the meeting with my boss, he met with other potential buyers. What if they outbid me?
Quel dommage.
Where'd you learn that? The Bastille?
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Sticks and stones, my butt. You were trailer park trash when I was born, and you're trailer park trash now.
And I suppose you are Princess Grace of Monaco, Who was it who spent the best years of her life raising her daughter?
It wasn't you. You spent an entire lifetime messing with me. I can't believe I was stupid enough to think you wouldn't do it again.
You are still queen of melodrama.
Do you remember when I was 17, back in Jersey? I spent 2 years straight working in that damn supermarket, saving money so I could buy a car. And you sold the car without even telling me. Spent the money on some holiday to Puerto Rico. I mean, how do you think that felt?
Darling, it must have felt terrible, but you can't go around carrying a grudge.
Grudge? You want to hear a grudge? How about Adam Paperny?
Ah, yes, that name does ring a bell.
Yeah, I bet it does. I mean, I finally meet a guy with prospects, someone who really likes me, and I come home from work and find you in bed with him.
But I was coming off a terrible dry spell.
No, Mother, this isn't funny anymore. You've stolen money from me, you've stolen men from me. You don't have one single kind, sympathetic, nurturing bone in your entire body, do you?
You know, darling, this bitterness is going to age you. I can see lines and furrows forming on your brow right now.
The hell with you. Even if I save this thing with Mitch, as soon as that deal is signed, you're out of my life forever. Now let's get going. Oh, I can't thank you enough, Mitch. Okay, we'll be there at 3 o'clock sharp. Bye. Well, he turned down the other bidders, thank God.
Must you pace up and down? You're giving me a terrible headache.
Well, I can't relax until you sign those papers.
Well, I'm absolutely exhausted. I've been up since the crack of dawn.
So, take a nap.
Well, even prisoners get some privacy when they're sleeping.
Okay, but we leave in 30 minutes.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, Mother! I didn't know you were still here.
Oh, just checking everything out, darling.
You know, Mother, I really want to thank you.
You don't have to thank me.
No, I do. And I want to apologize, too.
For what?
All the awful things I said when I thought you'd run off again.
Darling, I couldn't run off. After all, a promise is a promise.
You know, you can't even imagine how touched I am that you would do all this for me. I mean, it finally shows that you care enough to...
Excuse me, Mrs. Hobson? Is this what you had in mind?
Oh, yes, that's perfect. Put it on the door right now, will you?
Absolutely.
Christina Hobson, president.
That's right.
We had an agreement.
I know we did. I promised to buy the agency, and I did that.
Buy it for me.
Darling, you don't have to worry. I guarantee there will always be a job here for you.
I am going to go straight back to that judge and tell him the truth about your dead husband's will.
I'm afraid it's too late for that. The money's already in my bank.
Of all the lying, deceitful, cold-blooded bitches, you are the world champion.
Thank you.
Mother!
Darling. Well, you didn't have to see me off.
I came here to tell you I quit. And don't ever bother coming back because I never want to see you again.
You can't quit. You've got a contract with me.
Oh, you mean this? Sue me.
Maybe I will. But since I'm feeling generous today, if you really want to quit, I'll let you.
Gee, thanks for nothing, Mother.
However, I would like to share with you one very interesting piece of information that delightful Matt Dunning told me.
Oh, I can't wait.
A prestigious company has contacted Russo and Associates about a project in Los Angeles. They're looking for land to build on, and it's possible that our real estate firm, with you at the helm, of course, could have the inside track on the whole deal. Plus, of course, a huge commission.
I can live without the money.
You haven't let me finish. The most interesting thing about the whole deal is the man who's heading up the enterprise.
Well, who is it?
One of your old boyfriends.
Who?
The man that you made such a big fuss about.
Who?
Your one true love.
Oh, Mother, I don't have a one true love.
John Graham Jr.
Well, John is coming here.
I thought you'd be interested. You still want to quit?
No.
Good. Well, a little scotch tape and this should be as good as new. And don't miss me too much, darling. I'll be back. Ciao.
Oh, Laura! Hi.
Mrs. Graham, hello.
Hi. My husband said you did a wonderful job getting the land for the arts complex.
Oh, thank you. You hear about the land?
No, actually, I'm here to buy a house.
Oh, yes, Jonathan said he was interested in leasing.
Actually, I want to buy. We'll be here a lot at the center of as well as during construction, so.
Well, I'd love to help, but I really do have a full plate at the moment.
Oh, you misunderstood. I already have a real estate agent.
Oh, then why did you come to me?
She didn't. She's working with me.
You're working here?
Well, since I own the company, I thought it was time that I pitched in. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, isn't it wonderful that we're working together? Hmm? Did you miss me as much as I missed you?
What are you doing here?
I told you, I missed you.
Mother, you don't have an audience now. What's the real reason?
Oh, Laura, why must you be so cynical?
Come clean, Mother.
You should be thrilled that I brought in such a rich client.
Yes, how on earth did you meet Julie Graham?
We sat next to each other on a very bumpy flight.
Phone call for Christina on line 1.
Hello.
So, you made it out of England without being arrested?
Barely. I jumped out of my skin every time I saw a policeman at the airport. Terrorist threats.
You're in a tough spot, Christina. I don't know if I can bail you out this time.
Well, you damn well better. You better. Buy now, while the interest rates are low.
I take it you can't talk.
No, but I think that we should meet soon so we can discuss everything.
Don't get yourself into any more trouble.
I'll try. Goodbye.
Ready to go?
Yes. Oh, Laura, darling, I need to borrow your pass key.
Oh, no, I can't do that. It's against the law to give out my lockbox key.
Well, yes, darling, I know that, but I haven't had time to register for mine yet.
Sorry.
Well, then you'll just have to come with us.
No, I can't, Mother. I've got things to do.
Don't deny us the pleasure of your company, Ducky.
Your mother's a stitch.
Or something that rhymes with stitch.
She means rich. So it has marble fireplaces, a pool, a guest house, and cherrywood floors.
Well, why are the owners selling?
Oh, a divorce. The wife found her husband in bed with another woman.
It seems crazy to lose a fabulous home like this because of some silly little indiscretion.
Christina, don't you have any moral standards? If I caught my husband with another woman, I'd kill him.
What a good idea. Then you could get the house.
I didn't mean that literally, but I would divorce him.
Really?
Of course, John would never cheat on me.
Of course not. Because in you, Julie, he has found the perfect woman. No offense, sweetheart. This is for you.
Hope you're not planning on staying with me while you're in town.
No. Well, thank you for the kind invitation, but I've already booked a suite.
Just remember, you're never welcome at my place.
You know, I am amazed that you have any friends at all with that kind of attitude.
Well, this might cheer you up a little. I found the perfect house for Julie Graham.
You did?
Mm-hmm. It's been featured in Architectural Review, too, so it should appeal to the snob in her.
I'll arrange a showing.
Actually, you can have my appointment. I had a cancellation tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Oh, I hate to see you lose a commission.
As long as it stays in the agency.
Ah, there's a good girl. Hello. May I speak to Mrs. Graham, please?
Hello?
Hello, Julie. It's Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Listen, Julie, I have found the most sensational house for you. Are you by any chance free tomorrow at 11?
Well, yes.
Great. I'll fax all the details through to you. Bye. Darling, don't work too late. You're looking very tired. You need some beauty sleep. Good night.
Night, Mother.
I finally got my lockbox key. Now, I haven't actually been inside this house myself, but I understand that the entry is going to take your breath away.
Julie!
Laura?
You son of a bitch!
Honey,
do with you? You're gonna wish you were never born, you filthy, rotten creep! Put your pants on!
I never would have guessed Miss Philadelphia had her hair.
Oh, it's amazing to me how you always manage to bring out the best in people. How dare you trick me into showing that house? What do you expect to get out of pulling a disgusting stunt like that?
Oh, revenge. Felt better than sex.
Oh, you little fool. Do you really expect that John Graham is going to marry you?
No, I do not.
Even if he does get a divorce, you'll never be good enough for him.
Is that your opinion or his?
Oh, my God. You're still in love with him, aren't you?
What would you know about love, Mother? You've never loved anyone.
That's why I haven't made a mess out of my life, like you have yours. Take this lying down. I am going to fight them.
As your attorney, I'm obliged to tell you, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Oh, don't bully me, Louis. I pay your overinflated salary.
Christina, you should have divorced your first husband before you married your second.
State the obvious, why don't you?
Under the circumstances, your stepchildren have made a fair offer.
Fair? You call that fair?
They'll drop all charges if you relinquish the money you inherited from their father. You can keep your jewelry and clothes, and you'll still have the real estate firm.
Great. Do you realize that means that I'm going to have to work for a living?
It's that or go to jail.
I loathe prison clothes. So grungy. Oh, hi, Julie.
You can't be here to show me a house.
May I come in?
You're not welcome.
I am so ashamed of what my daughter did.
Well, it's not the first time a husband cheated. We'll get past it.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that.
Look, this is none of your business.
Well, since Laura is my daughter, I feel responsible.
For raising a whore? You should.
Laura is not just a one-night stand for John, you know. They used to be engaged.
What?
Oh, I knew he hadn't told you.
Are you trying to make me feel worse than I already do?
No, Julie, no. I am trying to help you. I am the only person in the world who can control Laura. I can keep her from wrecking your marriage.
And you'd help me out of the goodness of your heart.
For a price.
I'm so lucky that you came back in my life.
It wasn't luck. I had to work like a dog to get your attention.
Well, now that you've got it, I'm never letting you go.
Is that a promise?
Yes?
Mother! It seems that every time I walk into a room, you two are doing something naughty.
I'm gonna go get dressed.
What a good idea.
I thought you got a hotel room.
I checked out.
Well, get it back.
Oh, I can't. All the hotels are full. There's a convention on.
Well, go to a shelter.
You couldn't throw your poor old mother out into the snow.
Watch me.
That word that rhymes with stitch is not rich. Catch.
Christina, I didn't know you were in town.
Oh, well, Not for long.
Come on in. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Oh, yes.
Well, I hope that you can stay for a few weeks at least.
Oh, I believe I have that much time.
So what brings you back?
Oh, I wanted to spend these few days with Laura.
Oh, that's so cool. I wish my mom would come visit.
No, it's not so much a visit. It's more like a goodbye.
Why?
Oh, Beth, I can't tell Laura, but I can't keep it inside any longer.
Keep what inside?
Oh, promise you won't say anything to her.
No, I won't.
Because I hate pity, and she'll take me in out of pity alone.
Christina, what's wrong?
I don't have much longer to live.
Oh, Christina, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hello, Christina Hobson here.
It's me, Julie Graham.
Oh, hi, Julie. How are you?
Well, I'll be fine when I know your daughter has stopped seeing my husband.
I assure you that I'm giving the matter my undivided attention.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing about it?
Laying the foundation.
Is your daughter in the room?
That would be an accurate assessment of the situation.
All right, I'll hang up. But we have an agreement, Miss Hobson. And I am not giving you a penny until John and Laura end this.
That client is driving me completely mad. She has a builder who is way behind on construction.
You know, Mother, I really have to give you credit. You're rolling up your sleeves and you're getting down to business.
Well, I'm trying. Now, why are you bringing me tea without my asking? What's the occasion?
Well, does it have to be an occasion? I was just making one for myself. Oh, you take cream, don't you?
Not anymore.
Since when?
Since I started watching my diet a little more carefully. Anyway, this is good. It'll help me wash the pills down.
Pills?
Just vitamins.
Are you sure you're all right, Mother?
Oh, yes, darling. I'm feeling fine. Why do you ask?
Well, Beth said that...
Beth? What did Beth say?
Well, she said that you were staying with her.
Yes, just until I find a place of my own. I've already been looking into rentals, so if you find anything suitable, let me know. Now, I don't want to sign a year's lease. I'd rather just rent something month to month. Maybe even week to week.
No, Mother, that is it. You're staying with me, whether you like it or not.
No, Laura, I don't want to be a burden.
I won't take no for an answer.
Well, if you insist. Oh, John, what a nice surprise. Come on in.
Hello, is Laura home?
Oh, I'm afraid you've just missed her, but won't you join me in a cup of tea?
Well, no, thank you.
A martini.
Thank you. No, would you just tell Laura that I stopped by?
Oh, of course, but only if you come and sit down and let your future mother-in-law congratulate you. Oh, I just heard the wonderful news.
I should have married your daughter years ago.
Oh, I know, and Laura's so thrilled. You've always been on top of her list.
List?
Yes, the list she has of men rich enough to get married to.
Wait, you're kidding. She has a list?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. You did not hear this from me.
You're saying that Laura is only after my money?
Not such a bad thing, really, is it? I mean, as long as you're rich, she is likely to remain faithful.
Well, I don't believe you. How can you talk this way about your own daughter?
Because I love her.
You could have fooled me.
Oh, but I do love her. But my love isn't blind. I don't want to see Laura end up in a marriage that's going to fall apart 2 years down the line. You owe it to yourself to find out whether Laura really loves you or your money. Why don't you tell her that your parents have cut you off and see what happens?
I thought you might like a snack.
Oh, thank you, darling. You're being very solicitous lately.
Well, we don't want you to get run down.
Oh, I'm fit as Xena. It's you who should be taking the day off.
Me?
Oh, darling, you must feel terrible.
Why? What about?
About John, of course.
Why, what's happened to John?
Do you mean to tell me that he didn't tell you? I found out from Julie when she called to cancel our house hunt.
What? You found out what?
John's parents have struck again. They are so furious that he's leaving her that they're going to make him pay, and pay big.
Why, what did they do?
John's father has kicked him off the board and called in his loans.
Well, maybe John has some things to fall back on.
I'm afraid not.
You're enjoying this, aren't you, Mother?
Oh, Laura, life is much too short to keep on bickering like this. Darling, I know that you're a fighter, and I know that your first impulse is going to be to marry John and to hell with the consequences. But what attracted you to him in the first place was his position in society. Now that he's lost that, he's just going to blame you. And he's going to end up bitter and twisted, not to mention broke. Is that really the kind of husband that you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Christina Hobson?
Yes.
Sign here.
Thank you.
Who's at the door?
Oh, it's just a delivery boy with the wrong address. Thank you, Mrs. Graham. Oh, darling, would you like me to fix you a cup of tea? You're looking a bit under the weather.
Oh. No. Thanks, Mother.
Mm. Darling, would you fetch me a glass of water, please?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
With ice. Chipped. Not cubed.
No problem.
And some lemon with the water.
Lemon.
And would you check and see if there's any oat cakes left, darling? I think I'd prefer shortbread.
Ow!
What's the matter, baby?
Cut my finger slicing lemon.
Oh.
Here.
Thank you. Oh. Darling, I said I wanted shortbread.
Well, we're out. I'll get some tomorrow.
Oh. Okay. Isn't it rather chilly in here?
I'll check the thermostat.
Oh, damn. Oh, I forgot the pencil for my crossword puzzle. Thank you, darling. And put on some music, will you? Something classical, darling.
Oh. Would you like me to hire the Los Angeles Symphony for a private concert? Perhaps you'd like me to bake some shortbread while the musicians drive over.
I'm sorry. I was feeling rather tired tonight. I won't ask for any favors anymore.
Mother, what kind of medication is that?
Multivitamin.
Well, why is it in a prescription bottle?
Because my doctor prescribed this after my last physical.
And what did the doctor say after your physical?
He said I was in my prime. Well, don't I look like a woman who's in her prime?
Yes, Mother, you look wonderful. You know, I'm gonna go and get some shortbread.
Make sure that all these listings are added to our caravan.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and put these new addresses in my Rolodex, will you?
Yes, ma'am. Mother!
What?
even think of it.
Think about what?
Killing yourself. And don't tell me they're vitamins. Oh, Mother, I know the truth.
Beth told you.
Yes.
So you know that I don't have very long to live.
No, Mother, that is baloney. You're too pig-headed to die.
Oh, I wish it were true.
I don't care what your doctor said in England. We're going to get a second opinion. We'll even get a third if we need to.
Darling, I don't want to spend my last days traipsing around from doctor to doctor.
Mother, if you don't make an appointment, I will.
No, it's just a waste of time. If you really want to show you care, buy me some flowers. Maybe a nice orchid.
Now call a doctor.
Well, I'll be damned. Really is you.
Hello, Joseph. It's good to see you again, and I'm flattered that you remembered.
Well, you're not exactly the sort of woman a man is likely to forget, Christine.
Mm-hmm, so I've been told.
You looking fit?
Whew. Sometimes I feel like a 16-year-old.
I bet you do.
You know, I have a little confession to make. I'm not really here for medical reasons.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
I have a little favor to ask you.
Anything you want.
Help me play a joke on my daughter.
What sort of joke?
Try to convince her that I'm not quite as healthy as I look.
You haven't changed a bit, have you? Laura, I've conducted a thorough examination of your mother. And I'm sorry to say, I agree with the previous diagnosis.
And what was her previous diagnosis?
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
Well, I'd like to hear it from you.
Let me save you from the medicalese, darling. I have a bum tick.
Well, have you run tests?
Oh, yes. In England, I took every possible kind of test.
Mother, you need the opinion of a local doctor.
Dr. Vernon is a local doctor, darling.
I'm not leaving here until you've tested my mother, and that's that. I'll see you in the lab.
I told her she was a pain.
I think you should call this off now.
Nonsense. I want you to run those tests, and when you get the results, make sure you give them to her, and they are horrendous. And then I am going to make medical history by living another 40 years, and she'll be at my beck and call the entire time. As for you, dear doctor, I have some very special plans for you.
Long before your demise, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
You have a visitor, Miss Hobson.
Well, I'm busy. Who is it?
Dr. Vernon.
Dr. Vernon.
Hello, Christina.
Hello, Joseph. I didn't realize the doctor still made house calls. Come and sit down.
This isn't the sort of information I wanted to give you over the phone.
Well, aren't you laying it on a bit thick? I mean, making a special visit. Laura is going to begin to think there's something going on.
This isn't a game anymore. We're lucky your daughter insisted on the tests. You really are very ill.
Oh, please. I've been faking it.
You have neurosymbiosis.
What? You're kidding?
I'm not kidding. It's a very cruel, degenerative disease.
How degenerative?
First thing to go will be your short-term memory. And then you'll lose muscular control.
What are you trying to tell me?
You're dying.
Well, Mother, you could have called.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You stood me up for dinner.
Well, I didn't know we were supposed to have dinner together.
You asked me. It was your idea.
No, I did not.
You did. You said, come and meet you after you had your hair cut.
I didn't have a hair appointment today.
Okay. 6 o'clock, meet Mother at Barringer's salon. Hello?
Barringer's for Miss Hobson, please?
Sure, just a moment. Surprise, surprise, Mother, it's Barringer's for you.
Hello, this is Christina Hobson.
Yes, we have you here for 6 o'clock.
Are you certain I had a booking today?
Absolutely.
Right. I'll reschedule, thank you.
Thank you.
Must have slipped my mind.
Yes, like leaving your Cartier earrings in my purse.
What?
Did you borrow my purse?
No.
You know, Mother, maybe you should check with your doctor that forgetfulness isn't a side effect of your medication. Your memory seems to be so full of holes, it's like Swiss cheese. Looking for something?
My car keys. I know I put them in my purse, but they're gone.
Oh, well, you'll find them.
Move it. Nowhere. That's it. I've lost it.
Tu les as perdus, maman.
No, I've lost it. My mind. The doctor said that my memory would be the first thing to go.
Maybe you should take a pill.
No, it's too late for pills. It's too late for anything.
I'd hate to see these go to waste. Yeah, they're good.
What are you doing?
Oh, I love peppermint.
You knew.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I saw you take a handful, I took them to the pharmacist to find out how dangerous they were.
Et on m'a répondu que le seul danger, c'était la prise de poids.
You let me go to a doctor when you knew I was healthy?
I sure did.
Well, you can stop looking so smug. Those tests have shown that I really am sick.
Mais non, tu n'es pas malade. J'ai mis ton nom sur d'anciennes analyses d'une des patientes de Cory Robbins et je les ai mises dans ton dossier médical.
Qu'est-ce que tu as fait?
Et voilà les clés que tu as perdues, maman.
Oh, j'ai envie de t'étrangler.
Tu irais sur la chaise électrique?
Et alors? Qui sait? Peut-être que j'y suis prête.
Hey, I have an appointment to see a new listing. You interested?
No, thanks. I'm checking out a few listings of my own.
You know, Mother, this is a side of you I've never seen before.
What's that?
Side with work ethic.
Really, Laura, I'm not a slacker. Success in life comes from effort, hard work, and slog.
I just never expected to see you reading the business section as opposed to the social pages. I knew it. Los Angeles richest bachelors. Success comes from hard work. I can only imagine how you work up a sweat, Mother.
I suppose you're not above snagging a man for his money, Get your own copy, darling.
I am going to sell some real estate.
Well, you should, because you've had no luck with men. Good morning.
I'll transfer you now. Hello.
I'm looking for Jim Silver.
Do you have an appointment?
No, actually, I'm a real estate agent, and I'm here to present an offer.
Oh, well, I didn't know he was selling anything.
It's a surprise offer.
Hey, Puss! There's like some lady here to see you.
Huh? Hello.
I'm terribly sorry. There's been a frightful mistake. Not even for 80 million. day late and $350 million short. Bye, Mr. Kirkwood.
You're in a cheery mood?
Oh, it is simply impossible to find a decent man in this town.
Well, I guess you should go back to London where you trapped your last millionaire.
I'm thinking about it.
Which do you like better?
What's the occasion?
Charity function.
Who's taking you?
You are.
I am.
Well, you're the guest of honor.
What are you talking about?
Well, you made the largest donation, Mother. They're having a fundraising event tomorrow, and they called begging for you to attend, so accepted.
Laura, I did not make any donation to any charity.
Oh, yes, you did. You were very generous. $50,000 generous.
$50,000?
Remember the money that snake Julie Graham paid you to break up John and I? Well, I transferred all that money out of your account. You know, I considered keeping it myself, but I knew how hard you'd work to steal it back from me, so I donated it to the homeless.
You donated $50,000 of my money to the homeless?
Well, I thought it was appropriate, considering you'll be needing their services. Because after tomorrow's event, you're out of here, Mother.
You bitch!
I learned from the master. Well, doesn't it warm your soul to know we're helping the homeless?
It doesn't so much warm my soul as chill my pocketbook.
Excuse me, Miss Hobson? I want to thank you for your generosity. You truly are the star of our event.
It was nothing, really.
I see you're embarrassed by compliments.
That's a first.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's a first that somebody has noticed that my mother is embarrassed by compliments.
Oh, I can understand her unease. I donate anonymously most of the time, but I founded this organization, so I'm forced to make a personal appearance.
So you're the Bentley of the Bentley Foundation?
Guilty as charged. Preston is my first name.
Preston, I so admire the work of your foundation.
Well, thank you. I wish I could spend more time on it, but my shipping business is too demanding.
Oh, you're the Bentley of Bentley Shipping, too?
Oh, I prefer Preston.
Oh, Preston. I know just how you feel. If I didn't have to work so hard at my real estate agency, I'd be down at the soup kitchens doling out soup every night of the week.
Mother, if only you told me, I would have covered for you while you worked down in Skid Row.
I've known only one other woman so dedicated to helping others, my late wife.
Oh, so you're a widower?
Yes. I feel selfish asking for even one moment of your time, but could I possibly take you to an early dinner?
Now?
Yes. I want to snag your company while I can. How about Delmonico's?
Sorry, no, but Mother promised to have dinner with me.
Then join us. Your daughter and my son would be like two peas in a pod. He enjoys needling me the way she seems to enjoy needling you. Adam? Hello.
Hi.
This is my son, Adam. This is Christina Hobson and her daughter...
Laura.
It's nice to meet you, Laura.
I've asked them to join us for dinner.
Great, you almost stayed home.
Excuse me while I call the restaurant.
Great, I'll get the rolls. What about your car?
Oh, we can pick ours up later.
Great.
Darling, let's call a truce and work on these two together, huh?
My thoughts exactly, Mother dear.
Oh, I just love happy endings.